Howdy, everybody, and welcome to Internet Roundup. This is Josh, and I'm Chuck, and we're here to take you on a tour, very short tour, of the Internet. 0.0000000000000000001% of the Internet.
I think that's accurate.
There's probably about 100 more zeros in there.
Possibly.
Because there's only two stories.
Two good stories, man.
Yeah, this one was kind of frightening. Apparently there was a website, a Russian-based website, that was displaying...
was or is? I don't know that they've shut it down.
Yeah, they may not be shut down yet. At least 500 feeds from the UK alone of baby cams, of other closed-circuit television cams, hacked into, says us, the guy who they found who ran the website said, well, I'm not really hacking into it because it was too easy.
Yeah.
Which is still hacking.
Well, basically, what they do is they have software that scans the internet for feeds. Because, you know, like if you have a webcam or a baby cam or whatever, you can access it remotely.
Sure.
Well, when you're accessing it remotely, that means that your feed is on the internet.
That's right.
And it's supposed to be password protected, but these camera feeds, and so there's 500 in the UK, there's 4,500 in the US. They have thousands and thousands of these things in their database. The people didn't use their own password.
Yeah.
Or there's just no password at all.
Yeah, so these cameras will come with a built-in password that's automatically generated, and they all say, change your password to something, you know, specific to you. But like a lot of people, they just either don't read the directions or don't care or think it's just secure.
They're like, I don't care if the world sees my baby sleeping. Who would care about something like that?
That's so creepy, though.
I can't be bothered to come up with a password to protect that.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, they... you know, these camera companies, of course, are saying we can't force people. We can't build in technology to force you to change the password. But it seems like you should be able to, like, just maybe have it not be able to be activated until you set your own password.
That seems like a good plan.
I don't know how hard that could be.
I don't either. Apparently, the top 3 companies with cameras on this list are Foscam, Linksys, and Panasonic.
Yeah.
Foscam is a Chinese company, and apparently they were at the center of a scandal in 2013 where some family in Houston
I remember hearing about this.
Said that somebody was like shouting at their 2-year-old through their baby monitor.
Yeah.
Watching their kid, like
So
yelling
creepy.
at their kid.
Wake up!
Yeah. And apparently worse than that. And then Panasonic is like, we said everybody should reset their password, and these are probably old cameras anyway.
Yeah, which is a bit of a cop-out. But not only do they urge you to change your password, but they said you should probably change it frequently.
Yeah, and there's some good tips for changing your password in this article.
Yeah, I think they said to try not to use something that's very specific to your life, like your pet's name,
right,
or your kid's name, or your birthday, or something that's easily found.
Whatever words you use, don't use words that appear in the dictionary because those are preloaded for to be searched.
Bosco.
Yeah. Use a mixture of unusual characters. So if you're writing something with an S or something like that, maybe use the $sign or the cent sign for C. Yeah. That kind of stuff. And then have different passwords for different sites.
Yeah, it's a good idea. Yeah. I mean, if you are scared enough to set up CCTVs in your home, then you should definitely be scared enough to change your password frequently.
Or else you'll have a bunch of Russians and people around the world watching your kids sleep. Yeah, and then really how many steps removed is that from the popular trend of people going and finding that camera and appearing on camera next to your baby's crib. Yeah. And then like running out.
Do you tape over your webcam on your computer?
I haven't on this one, but yeah, typically. And the microphones too. And I have to say the microphones are very difficult to tape over. You can still hear a lot. So what you want to do is like you'll go on to Skype or something like that. You know, you do like a microphone test.
Yeah, I thought you just pour a little maple syrup in there.
I do, but I keep like licking it out.
Okay.
You put tape over and then you like talk at your computer and you can see the levels. Right. And just keep adding tape until the microphone's not sensitive anymore. Because even if you turn your mic off, it can be remotely turned on. Yeah. So you basically have to physically disable it by adding lots and lots of electrical tape.
A lot of creeps out there. And speaking of creeps, here's a story about the NSA. I thought this was pretty interesting because apparently years before Edward Snowden revealed all his disclosed all his information about the NSA's hinky activities, there were people within the NSA saying, we shouldn't be doing this. We shouldn't be collecting these phone numbers of private citizens. It's going to give us a bad rap if this ever comes out. It's going to be really messy, and it's not what we're supposed to be doing, and it's not helping the fight on terrorism.
Right. So the NSA was created to spy on everybody but U.S. citizens.
That's right.
And in 2001, after the 9/11 attacks, there a domestic phone metadata gathering program was set up.
Yeah, 215 program, I think.
Right. So like that just completely flies in the face of the NSA's mandate.
Sure.
But the NSA always argued, we're spying in America, but we're spying on people who are actually probably foreigners, maybe in America, or talking to people in America.
Right.
But it's still basically foreign. We're eavesdropping on foreign people, even though it's in the States. The thing is not everybody's bought into that idea.
No, and this now retired NSA official, he is anonymous right now, of course, said that he was one of the top brass that spoke up against this and said we shouldn't be doing this.
Yeah.
But Director Keith Alexander, quote, politely disagreed, end quote, and said that they were doing the right thing and basically shut up about it. But there were other people. It wasn't just this one guy. Apparently there was quite a bit of dissent within the organization about this program.
So much so that the Obama administration, when they came in 2009, consulted the Justice Department, and the proposal was, okay, maybe this will work, but let's just keep the phone records with the phone companies where they belong, and then maybe we can scan them if we need to, or we can submit a request for records. Mm-hmm. The collection program that the NSA has instead, it's like just scooping up everything they want and keeping it in their own database, right? Yeah. So the proposal was to just leave it with the phone company. The Obama administration said, no, we'll just keep it the way it is.
Yeah,
and this guy was like, this is not going to be good if it ever gets out.
And it did.
It got out.
Exactly. And they make the great point that if they would have listened to him, this whole Snowden thing might not have even happened. They could have diverted the whole thing and avoided all that embarrassment.
Yep.
And scrutiny.
So now there's a proposal that the Obama administration is all about. It is keeping the phone records with the phone companies.
Not a bad idea.
Apparently Congress is like, no.
Of course they are.
So there is Your Government in Focus.
Ooh, that's a great new show with Josh Clark. But the whole thing should just be shot blurry.
Right, until the end when I look at the camera and it comes into focus.
Rack focus right on your face.
Oh, man, this is good. You guys just witnessed an origin story.
That's how it happens. So we will see you next week on Internet Roundup. In Focus.